This program is paid for by Schaefer Eye Center and does not represent the views of this station.
Well, welcome to the Schaefer Eye Center TV show, where we are going to start talking to all the different people we're involved with throughout the Birmingham metro area. And I'm here with one of my great friends, Jay Robinson. Jay, welcome to the show.
Jack, Dr. Schaefer, glad to be here today.
Jack is good.
Okay, Jack is
good. I think we know each other
Yes.
that well. We go back a long way.
Long ways, yeah.
You know, this year, Jay called me up and said, you know, you got to be involved in the Classic. You said, you know, we always do little things. You said it's time to step up. And I want to tell you, that was absolutely phenomenal. So if you want to talk a little bit about the golf tournament that you got behind and really made into a fun day, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Jack, for being here. And first and foremost, thank you for all you do for the city of Birmingham and this community. We're truly grateful for your support. And you've been a mainstay for a long time. And thank you for your support of so many charities and so many things you do here. But the Magic City Classic, yeah, we had a little golf going on here in the city of Birmingham. And I reached out to Jack, and we thought it'd be a great opportunity to make this event an experience for all. And you've been trying to get involved with the Magic City Classic for a long time. And we thought it was best that we looked into a golf tournament with the Alabama Classic Foundation that actually gives back to both of these great schools and provides scholarships to young people in our community. And when I called Jack, he actually committed to be the title sponsor for the Schaefer Eye Center Golf Classic. And it was truly a tremendous turnout and truly a tremendous event. All the golfers had a great time, and they're definitely looking forward to next year's Magic City Classic.
Yeah, I know we had it on one course, and hopefully next year we'll have it on two courses, but the day was great,
Sure.
The weekend was great, and you know what's good about it is the Classic is there for fun, but also has a purpose. I mean, first of all, it's the largest attended football game of its kind in the country, and again, there's a lot of scholarships, and a lot of people get to go to college because of what Jay and the people like him do. So I thank you for what you do, because that's not even your job. You know,
No.
Jay is a city council person, which I'm going to ask. We're going to be sitting with a lot of city council because of
Sure.
all the stuff that's going on. And we're going to talk to Hoover. We're going to talk to Mountain Brook. We're going to talk to the city, because to us it's one big united city. The dome. Are we going to have a dome one day? Because everybody wants to know.
Well, you know, as an elected official and a former quarterback at Alabama A&M University that had a scholarship, I think a dome is a perfect facility that will help suit the needs of our city. And people want to line that up with sporting events and football games and things of that nature. But I think a multi-purpose facility here in the city of Birmingham would open up our opportunities for conventions, for travel shows, things of that nature, to really bring people to the city of Birmingham. There's a lot of good things happening here now, Jack. And you look at the potential that our city has. We need to step it up with the amenities as far as facilities like a multi-purpose facility to give our citizens and other people traveling to Birmingham opportunities to attend major conventions and things of that nature. It would definitely be another economic engine for the city of Birmingham.
Yeah, and I think so too. And you know, I went down to the entertainment district to have dinner.
Yeah.
Which now I guess is the food district,
Yeah,
the
Uptown. Yeah.
And people said, you know, no one would ever go there. And every restaurant was packed. I mean, it was packed. There's people in every restaurant. And you know, we know with the baseball stadium what's going on down there, what's happening in Birmingham. So, you know, I just want to congratulate you on working together with the administration and the mayor. We're going to talk to him later, but just to make sure we're moving forward, because we're about our youth. You and I have discussed that. We got to have things for everybody to do, and I'm telling you, going downtown now and seeing all the activity, the new food uptown district, the railroad park, and the baseball games. The Dalai Lama was here,
Yeah.
you know, which was phenomenal. And is there any surprises that we're going to see out there? Anything that you can tell us that just here?
Well, I think there's a lot of other exciting things coming to our city from an economic development perspective. We definitely need to do more workforce development, create jobs here in the city of Birmingham and throughout this region. Some I can't speak on right now, but to your point earlier, it's about team. And there's an acronym that I use: together, everyone achieves more. And as you see now, people working together, not just in the city of Birmingham, but throughout this region with the county, Hoover, Vestavia, Homewood, Mountain Brook, Gardendale, Fultondale, we're finally having some synergy amongst each other in this region politically, I think in the private sector. And so we need to continue those efforts if we're going to move this city forward. And you talked about the Regents Field. It was in Hoover. And I've talked to Gary Ivey, the mayor, and he's glad to see the successes of Birmingham along with Mary William Maybell Sr. But we're also glad to see the Hoover Metropolitan Stadium still being successful with other events and things like that going on. So I think it's about communication. I think it's about corporate citizens like yourself in this community putting forth the effort and leading in the effort of business, but everyone coming together, dialogue for the betterment of this region.
Well, excellent. So, Jay, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
really
Jay.
appreciate all you do for us, what you do for Schaefer Ice. And remember, next year, the Schaefer Ice Center Golf Classic. During the Classic, sign up early. We're going to have a great time. We're giving you a whole year's notice, so get ready for it. And thank you very much. Of course, you already know Schaefer Eye Center as the destination for designer eyewear. Cartier, David Yurman, Sama, Robert Mark, Barton Pereira, Salt, Oliver, Peoples, and many, many more. With over 3,300 frames available, we can help you find the perfect pair for your individual needs, style, and budget. When you think about Schaefer Eye Center, you think about fashion, you think about style, and I'm with my style fashion expert. Sophie's in charge of all the merchandising, the buying, just make sure that we stay cool. So we got 6 minutes to talk about what's hot in men's fashion. So let's go. What you got?
All right, well, we're seeing a lot of changes in men's eyewear, a lot of changes in material, and a lot of combinations of materials that we haven't seen in the past. We've found that men are being a little bit more bold, a little bit more adventuresome. We're going to start with a couple of pieces from Barton Pereira, who are known for their extremely well-designed, handcrafted, but yet very fashionable frames. This is one of their sunglasses, as well as one of their new metal pieces. They're known for being, like I said, made well, but they're also extremely, extremely comfortable.
And titanium. And Patty Pereira and Billy Barton have been on the show, well, Billy has. It's nice to know that we're bringing you the designers that we know, and that we know their quality, we know how they design it, and that's what's so exciting, isn't it?
I also wanted to point out, again, this is a multi-material combination. It's got a metal as well as Zyle. The tortoise, which is extremely popular. This is Oliver Peoples.
And everybody knows Oliver Peoples. They started, well, they and Ellie Irish, started this whole revolution of eyewear that's cool for your face.
We do have some new pieces. We'll notice this, there's a trend in crystal. Anything that's crystal or, I guess, translucent. This is a Robert Mark. We'll also notice that they're doing matte textures. The Lunar is done in a matte crystal. So you combine two of the things that are extremely popular right now.
And designed by Mr. and Mrs. Lunar, who's in Germany, hand-rolled, and 3 generations have been making glasses. Yes.
They are very proud of this new creation. This is a Lunar piece that is completely titanium with a titanium cable temple. They are the first people to do this.
I'm going to try that on for you.
It is amazing. It's the most lightweight. It gives you a classic look, but the absolute latest in technology.
And anybody knows Lunar never goes out of style. When you buy a Lunar, you buy it for a lifetime. It never changes. All you do is add to the collection.
Salt is always going to be very, very trendy. They do, like right now we're seeing the gradient frames, multicolors. They're known for being extremely fun and hip. You see how this fits some of the trends we're seeing with the larger and chunkier frames, but they're doing it with some variations in color like the gradient. Sama, again, we have another crystal frame. Like I said, this is really hot.
So crystal is really hot.
Very
I know
hot. Everybody's
wearing crystal, but then this is the same frame with black. And
exactly. Same manufacturer. You have Sama with a totally black frame. I was going to point out a lot of the eyewear designers are doing standard polarized lenses in what frames that we typically think of, the ones that are ophthalmic that you'd put your prescription sunglass in, but they're doing these off the shelf in polarized.
Let's
which is
talk
amazing.
about that one.
Okay, LA Eyeworks, another one of my favorites, designed by Barbara and Gay, two amazing people. They live in LA, hence the name LA Eyeworks. They're known for their funky shapes, colors. You need to put that one on.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. This maybe not be the look for you right now.
I don't think
but
I've ever
it
modeled,
is.
and I didn't see what that looked like. But we're gonna go from heavy to extremely light.
The other thing we're seeing with technology is that we're able to do full metal and even chunky metal frames that weigh hardly anything. This is full titanium. This is Makita. It is also made in Germany. No screws. It is one of the most amazing frames out there.
And we're going to just say, in sunglasses, you need to make sure you have quality lenses. Kaenon, some of the best sunglasses. Tag, the watches. Again, very high quality sunglasses. And we're going to end the show, of course, with one of our favorite brands. Rimless is in. Everybody loves rimless. Schaefer Eye Center, we carry over 12 different brands of rimless frames, starting with a very basic that you're going to see in a little bit to the top of the line, which is
Cartier. So Cartier, obviously made in France, one of the oldest and most well-known jewelry designers. They do amazing, exquisite eyewear. Each one is a piece of jewelry.
So if you're a man out there and you want to look good, there it is. This is a quick 6-minute tour of the Schaefer Eye Center Fashion for Men. Thanks, so.
You're welcome.
Okay, we've talked about men's fashion, and I put men's first because I know you're going to spend so long on this. Again, we're with Sophie, who's in charge of all our merchandising and buying, and again, just keeping us up to date and everything that's brand new. And women's frames just really make a statement, and whether they have 1 pair, 2 pair, or 5 pair, when you wear a frame every day, you really want it to add to what you're doing. So let's go through what we call the Schaefer Frame Tour.
All right, well, we have a lot of new frames to talk about. First, we'll start with Robert Mark. Robert Mark is one of our favorite designers, extremely well-known in the eyewear world, and probably one of the most well-known outside of the eyewear world. He does different collections, different styles every single season. This was a limited edition piece from a Cat Lady series that just came out for the fall.
And one thing about Robert Mark, again, is like when I said with Lenore, when you buy a Rob Mark, you own a Rob Mark forever. It's always good. He's got the sterling silver line, and you see it on so many people. And one thing that we're not going to cover, we don't have time, is when you see people on TV, whether it be a newsman, a CEO of a company, or movie stars, these are the brands they're wearing because that's what sets them apart of being something special.
You can always recognize the Robert Mark. In addition, on this particular frame, the new Aviator, his signature temple, this is actually from the latest collection, The Art of Venetian Glass, which inspired his entire fall collection. One thing that's new is that all of the lenses are polarized, and the colors are absolutely amazing. All inspired by Venetian glass and the little island of Murano, so fascinating.
Next.
We have Salt. Salt, like I've said before, is the coolest, trendiest brand out there.
You need to try those
These
on.
are
while you're talking,
This is Salt is an independent eyewear company. They're known for that. There's not a lot of branding. It is simply an exquisitely amazing piece. It's trendy. It's fashionable. It's beautiful on. Again, all polarized lenses in the Salt sunwear.
And also one thing about Salt, they're designed by opticians, so they make sure not only they look good, that they're extremely comfortable.
They're doing something else with Salt right now that is amazing, and this is not only the gradient colors, so you have the darker tortoise fading into the lighter pink, but also they're doing it in matte. So newer finishes in frames. We'll see a lot of crystal, a lot of matte, sort of
and
opposite
matte
ends
means
of the,
flat. If you
it's
can
a
see,
flat texture.
Most frames have a shiny, polished. Matte is this flat look that takes just a little more effort and always looks good.
Well, let's start here. This is actually Barton Ferreira. Barton Pereira, as you know, is extremely well-known, fashionable. They do top-selling sunglasses in all your
I
major
need to see
department
that on you
stores.
also while you're...
Well, I will say black and gold together right now is extremely hot. It's hot in fashion. It's really hot in eyewear.
Black and gold.
Black and gold.
Okay,
so
I'm learning something here.
you will see, again, the combination of metals and plastics together. They're able to do this now. Amazing frame with a titanium temple, and it weighs hardly anything. It's so comfortable on. They did a similar piece in a sunglass, which is a phenomenal piece. Another thing we're seeing is a lot of mirrored lenses. Flash mirror, solid mirror tint in lenses is really, really, really hot in sunwear. We move on to Sama.
Which are some of my favorite people, Sheila and Ross. And again, we talked about this with men. Every one of these designers, whether it's Patty Pereira or Robert Mark, who Robert Mark is the designer and the key salesperson, they're friends of Schaefer Eye Center. They make sure we have the latest and the newest. And they make sure everything's manufactured. So these are really just extremely high quality products.
Sama has done a series with jewelry designer Lori Rodkin for quite some time, and they've used the element of metal in the plastic.
This is one of my favorites, and we're going to show that later, slowly. But the metals inside with a stone, and Lori Rodkin, her jewelry. I mean, a necklace sells for what, 10,000, 20,000, and yet you can afford to buy her frame, and it's just so well done.
So they've taken that to another level, and they've incorporated this. This frame is entirely metal, encased in Zyl.
I'll hold it
or
for
in
you while
plastic.
y'all do it.
It is absolutely stunning.
Whoa, so this is all metal inside.
It's an entirely
It's the
metal
first time
frame
I see
encased
this.
in plastic.
And
Extremely lightweight and just gorgeous, phenomenal on.
That's sensational. I want to see that on you. We're going to take a break just to see that. Oh my gosh. Do you not have that one?
I don't have this one,
Oh
not
my
yet.
gosh, you need it.
Moving on, again with technology, the metals are extremely popular. I think we've seen a lot of move with, the bigger, chunkier plastics. We're going to, see a little bit of pulling away from that and into metals. And what they're doing with metals now is amazing. It's so light. This is a Makita. It's a handmade in Germany frame. It has no screws.
Can I do that again?
Absolutely phenomenal. And
there's no screws in this frame whatsoever, and it is absolutely, it just looks heavy, but yes,
it's light.
Unbelievable.
You'll see that the Makita does both the chunky, fun, big colors in their metal frames, as well as like something like this. This is just a very delicate, beautiful gold frame.
Let's put that one on.
Again.
So we can let our friends out there. That's wonderful. So whether you want light or chunky, you got it.
Italia Independent, an Italian company, again doing the same thing. They have amazing, lightweight, very, very trendy. They do lots of color, lots of fashion, and they've taken the metal a step further by doing thermal metal. So it's activated by heat. This frame indoors is black. You go outside, it's actually pink and black zebra striped, and it's activated by the heat. So if you're indoors,
Wow.
it's black. If outdoors, and I'm assuming if you're outdoors in the winter, it's probably not going to change as dark as in the summer.
So let's go to my favorite colors, and we're going to wrap up with two of my favorite brands.
Okay, LA Outworks, amazing company again, super funky, very fun. They're doing something really interesting that I haven't seen them do, and that is a combination of a shiny or a polished Zyl with the matte Zyl. So this is actually the same piece of plastic. It's not a piece overlaid. It's one piece, and so part of it is hand polished, the other half is not.
Put it on, let us see.
And they're doing some really interesting things
that's
with the
great.
cutouts as well. So again, they're known for kind of funky designs and great colors.
I will hold the last piece because, as again, we all know, Cartier, a signature piece only in Schaefer Eye Center. And with that, Sophie, you have done a great job. Thank you. I'm going to let you
I do
close
this
with the
one too.
Cartiers on
this
your
is the
face.
Panther, the Cartier Panther.
And thank you very much. The science of seeing better goes well beyond just an ordinary eye exam. At Schaefer Eye Center, our doctors and vision specialists use the latest in advanced diagnostic equipment to not only make sure your eyes are healthy, but that you are too. Of course, we can detect all the things you expect, like glaucoma, macular degeneration, and ocular hypertension, but also many things you wouldn't expect, like early indicators of more serious health conditions like diabetes and even brain tumors. Perfect vision. The freedom from wearing contacts or glasses can be yours with Schaefer Laser Vision. We helped pioneer the use of LASIK surgery in Birmingham over 20 years ago, and our own Dr. Jonathan Wolfson has performed over 80,000 surgeries, including more than 300 eye doctors. Just imagine being able to see well into the future without wearing contacts or glasses.
Evolution is a constant. It knows only one direction: forward. Hey! Advancing, adapting, modifying, learning from every moment, every experience to transform right now into what's next. Because vision is evolving. Are you?
Again, we're talking about Schaefer Eye Center and our involvement with the city and events. And you can't talk about the city of Birmingham without talking to the president of the city council, Jonathan Austin. I almost call you doctor. You're not a doctor yet, are you?
No.
You're working on it, I know, because I've seen you in school. Jonathan Austin is a good friend. And, you know, when you walk around downtown,
Yeah.
before we talk about everything else, I see these two big dogs.
Giant dogs.
And so what are they in? What are you protecting downtown with your dogs?
We're making sure that everybody is being responsible pet owners. And there are two dogs. One, Zeus, the white one, the white and brown one is an adopted dog. I adopted him from the Humane Society 7 years ago now, so he's 7.
Whoa.
And he's about 80 pounds. And then the new addition to our family is the puppy, Remus, who is a full-blooded South African Borbal. And I bought him last year in June when he was 8 weeks old. He is now currently, he's a little over a year and a half, 57 pounds.
Whoa, yeah, he's a monster. So before, I don't want to talk this whole show, we could talk about those dogs.
Yeah.
I know you love them and you love Birmingham and walking around, but we're going to talk about, first of all, Railroad Park, and we help you sponsor an event, the Fun Day for District 5.
Thank you for that.
And it was great. Tell us about it, and why do you do
Well,
it?
District 5, when I first was elected to the council, I just thought that we needed to make sure that we took time out of our busy schedules, not just me, but the citizens of Birmingham and this community, to really have an event that just gives back to them. It's the Railroad Park is it's the city's, it's this community's living room, you know. And so what we want to do is just use that venue it's a free event, it's open to the public. We do it every year, the Sunday before Magic City Classic Week kicks off. So it's the official kickoff to the Magic City Classic Week. But it's just really an opportunity for people to come out and enjoy good food, lots of fun, great music, and fellowship.
Yeah, and it is wonderful. The whole park is wonderful. It's just on any given day, you go downtown Birmingham now, and people are picnicking and walking and, you know, bringing the stadium. I know that's in your area. I assume that was a major economic impact of bringing, we've talked a lot about bringing private industry like Schaefer Eye Centers and other people like the Barons and city government together to make things happen.
Yeah, well, you know, the stadium is so vitally important. It really started with Railroad Park. And when we start looking at what we want to do, how do we want to really give certain parts of the city a shot in the arm? It's the same idea we used when we decided to locate the Crossplex in the western side of Birmingham. But the Regions Field it took years to get this done and make it work. But once we did it, it's been a tremendous economic driver for that particular part of the city. And combined with Railroad Park, we have 2 apartment buildings that are going up. One is on the east end of Railroad Park, and one is on the west end, right there next door to the baseball stadium. And so when you look at the type of investment that the city has made, combined with the private sector, it's over $100 million of investment right in 4 blocks. And so it's very important when we look at the long-term sustainability of that area, and Regions Field and Railroad Park were key to making that happen.
Yeah, we talked to Jay about the entertainment district, which is now the food district uptown, not only because that's just wonderful and everything else. People
And that's in
walking
District
around.
5 too, by the way.
Oh,
My
that's
district.
yours. Well, I talked to Jay about it, so he took the credit. No. No, but one thing we talk about, no one seems to be taking the credit. Everybody does. And I really congratulate you. I think the whole city is proud of the way the council and the mayor are working together as one. Again, you have to have two levels of government. You can't get along every day.
Yeah.
But y'all really have moved forward and moving the city forward in lots of ways. And hopefully one day, I know we've talked a little bit about the dome with Jay, and I don't know if you want to get into that or not. You can say no, but we need to grow as a city. So hopefully
we absolutely do, and it's very important to our long-term growth if we want to continue to be the type of city that attracts major events, that's able to provide the types of amenities that conventioneers would like to see in urban areas. We have to do things like that. Have a multi-purpose facility, but have the other amenities like Railroad Park, the Uptown Entertainment District. There are things that we're working on now to even have open container areas within those, like, for instance, at Uptown. And so there are things that we're doing as a city that really help. And talking about the mayor and the council, the most important thing that we have to do as elected officials is agree that we want to do what's in the best interest of the citizens that we represent. And when I was elected president, my thing has always been to continue to be, really to continue to work towards a collaborative government with the city of Birmingham, and that would include the mayor and the council working together.
Well, y'all have, and I do want to thank you personally, because I think, having children, as people know, that my children have joined us in practice. We have two doctors here, my daughter and my son-in-law is vice president. We have a family here, and the family needs things to do, and it's the elected officials that's making this place easy for us to bring people in, and to do partnerships with the city has just been wonderful. So, Jonathan, as a friend and as a president of the council, thank you. Keep it up, and we'll be back. Of course, you already know Schaefer Eye Center as the destination for designer eyewear. Cartier, David Yurman, Sama, Robert Mark, Barton Pereira, Salt, Oliver Peoples, and many, many more. With over 3,300 frames available, we can help you find the perfect pair for your individual needs, style, and budget. The science of seeing better goes well beyond just an ordinary eye exam. At Schaefer Eye Center, our doctors and vision specialists use the latest in advanced diagnostic equipment to not only make sure your eyes are healthy, but that you are too. Of course, we can detect all the things you expect, like glaucoma, macular degeneration, and ocular hypertension, but also many things you wouldn't expect, like early indicators of more serious health conditions like diabetes and even brain tumors. Perfect vision. The freedom from wearing contacts or glasses can be yours with Schaefer Laser Vision. We helped pioneer the use of LASIK surgery in Birmingham over 20 years ago, and our own Dr. Jonathan Wilson has performed over 80,000 surgeries, including more than 300 eye doctors. Just imagine being able to see well into the future without wearing contacts or glasses.
This program is paid for by Schaefer Eye Center and does not represent the views of this station.